Okay, let's get into this. Honkai Impact 3rd account review for Supergrump, 2022, October. Just looking good. Okay, 330 days login, start at the end of last year. Red Lotus, Nirvana bouncing. Okay, so the goal right now, so you're 2% MA consistent, which is excellent, but the goal now is to aim for top 10 Nirvana now, right? You're at least able to finish all the side stages. Collection is number 1. Okay. Collection is number 1. Okay, so competitive is kind of secondary to that. Nirvana consistency, uh, you probably, I think there's still gonna be some bouncing if collection is priority, but you might be able to be fighting for bottom, bottom of the top 5 or bottom of the top 10. Scoreboard dreams. I think top 100 MA. I think MA nowadays you do have to like work towards it a little bit between catching up on meta, but also like learning the fights. I think if you're willing to put in the time to learn the fights, I think top 100 MA is definitely possible. I think the 50 to 100 is definitely worth fighting over. Myriad at least once or twice these days. Yeah. I think those are doable. You just have to put some time towards it. Well, this is actually looking good. Night Moonbeam slow farm to double S for those dorm bonuses, but Night HOV at double S is basically dorm complete. The rest of the A ranks you can slow farm at your leisure. Double S HT very comfy, and then Lightning Empress to triple S. Lightning Empress to triple S, so that you can get more output from your Hersher of Thunder. The only exception is if your Hersher of Thunder is already double S3. Hey, light. Okay, Domain of Incandescence eventually. Yes, sooner rather than later, in my opinion. SS1. So LE farm in progress with double S in a few weeks. Okay, good. Hacks are full gear, good. HOR S1. Okay. Yeah, eventually she'll be S2. Dimension Breaker to the right, no problems. Black Nucleus to double S when you can. But no rush. No rush. No rush. No rush 20, alright? Vermilionite Blood Rose to double S when you can, but no rush. Yes, very good. You already know. And you already know for here too. Okay, this is fine. It's perfectly fine. Keys of Oblivion. Yeah. Cosmic at 50. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you already know. This is good. Spina S2. Okay. FR double S. Iris Pry sometime soon. I would definitely say Iris Pry sooner rather than later, especially if she's your primary quantum, because she feels very old meta without her pry arm. Her pry arm basically enables her to be played in a modern sense. Okay, this is fine. You already know, yeah. Mostly for collection at this point. True. True. Stygian Nymph. You might actually be able to get them 5 stamps. Nyx card off of 6.1 for collection. Same here, man. Dea Ancora at S3. Gear covered but needs leveling. That's fine. So Dea at S3. Okay. Hopefully there will be another opportunity to get her to double S. I'm guessing you don't need a second set of Turgenev, or you are buying Battle Pass. You have one. Okay. So having a second set of Turgenev top and bottom will definitely be handy, but, you know, balance that around how much you want to push for scoreboards against your collection goals. One extra. Oh, you already have one extra set. Okay, that's fine. Official's looking good. Yeah, bring that official outfit over to Honkai. Okay, SS0 H2O. Feels good, man. Really comfy. And then MPE SS1. So MPE and FR, you're just kind of like in that slow farm position. But you'll need to allocate stuff for Sushang. Okay, so this is really comfortable. So right now, your account looks... is probably, apart from just being behind on leveling gear, you have all the pieces you need to at least make a couple myriad runs. Core unlock Raven when Copium. Yeah, core augment for Raven, please. Okay, yeah. So you're, in terms of gear, what I'm seeing is that your account is quite comfortable. The only things left to really fight for, if you want to be in the top 10 of Nirvana. Are we back? Are we back? Okay, we're back. The music stopped. Uh... Check, check, check. Let me restart my Spotify. Anyways, in the meantime, yeah, it looks like you have all the gear that you need to really make a push for a deep run. So the rest is understanding the references that you are following. Oh, there we go. So finding references, it's gonna take a little bit of work studying. You know, like if you join Cafe Quanta's Discord, which we have pinned in our Discord, Kartoffel, Eris on NA, very consistent about posting the Billy references. So that's one way. That's one way to stay up to date every cycle. Already cold out, but still looking forward to her swimsuit. Me too. So yeah, finishing Priarm, that's a great idea. Yeah, finishing Priarm is a good idea. Wow, you even have Vilvi. So you should be able to myriad this cycle. S3. Oh no, just short of the double S. So many Priarms, so little time. I definitely feel like you're in that position where, for the ones that aren't maxed, you either pick one to max out all the way, hope that it stays relevant, or you only upgrade when it's gonna help you that cycle. Yeah, being mat starved is normal. But the more that you play all the bonus stuff on the events, that's how you catch back up. I would definitely pry the Key of Radiance though. Man, you got a lot of collection weapons. I'm very, very pleased to see that. A lot of them. Okay, so Iris definitely should prioritize upgrading the Iris. And pri-arming that one. And the reason being is that Iris at 50 is like significant game-changing utility. Key of Incandescence, Domain of Incandescence isn't gonna be game-changing. It's nice. It's like a little bit more of the same, but there's it's 0 SP cost and it's more SP back or something like that. But Iris is a huge mechanical change. If you have any plans of playing Bright Knight, definitely be ready to pri-arm this too when you get the chance. Let's see here. I guess put a lock on your Sleeping Beauty. Oh, you already have one. Yeah, I would. Up to you if you want to do the double sleeper stuff. So you may opt to not lock the second Sleeping Beauty. Wow, you even have a second Collapse Cannon. I bet there's probably some memes available for second Collapse Cannon. I don't know. I don't have the energy to find that one out. So, as far as all your other dupes, though, probably Easy Taurus, right? Sleeping Beauty, the Key of Ego, your second Feng Huang down, your second DOO. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. You have Vilv. You have Vilv, so FR is not urgent for you, which is fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. I keep forgetting. Okay. Everything else, keep one copy for collection. Full Columbus is great. Keep this, right, for different affixes. I don't know if you'll need to keep the second Geppetto Collodi. I don't know if you'll need the second Collodi, but possibly for extra affixes. I don't know how often you'll need that. Cezanne is great. Wow. 2 full sets of Xeno. I think this might also be a situation where like you keep one just for the extra SP regen just in case. But other than that, you don't really need it. I think the second Bastet is situationally good for Memorial Arena. It's nice being able to have like a second set of Bastet. Actually, that's even really good having the second set because you could build one that's like SP cost reduced and then you have one set that's not SP cost reduced. But that's kind of like later on. Wow, second set of Ragna. Don't know what to even say about that. I guess just hang on to it until you feel like you need to part ways with that one. Yeah, I don't know that you even need the second set for the Bronya Nex. But I guess just sit on it until you feel like you need to part with it. Ozlog dupes. I would definitely keep one Ozlog M in case we ever need to run 2 fire teams in MA, but until that happens, I think the second Ozlog M is safe to drop once you see the need for it. Man. Okay, Super Grump. I think that the extra Zen Yi pieces hopefully you get different ones. I wouldn't go out of my way to wishing well this though. I would probably, however, wishing well these into a B piece so that you have 3 sets of top and bottom and 1 mid piece. But that's kind of a figure out later problem. Or you might just decide that you want to just use whatever left over on Battle Pass to get the extra B piece. The second Shakespeare Adrift is a little bit unnecessary in my opinion. There's a couple of weird strategies here and there where you might need the top and mid on Blueberry, but those are so rare nowadays. I don't think they're gonna be better than other options that you have available. But yeah, I can definitely see the collection side of things. 2 of each. I'm guessing eventually you'll be working on the Leeuwenhoek. Oh, one thing, if you are trying to do for collection, and this is something that I'm probably gonna be doing too, I might actually grab a Dante B just to have it. So that's something that you might want to consider if you have leftover Crystalline by the end of this coming patch. And then Welt TM, if you are into the collecting later on, if you have the extra resonators, then, Welt B might show up in exchange. Finish that set. Do keep an eye out. Think about crafting Beethoven B after you're done with Ice G4. Searing Ascendant B will show up in exchange if you're looking for that collection. Kafka, you can finish the set from Foundry in the future, but I would say that that's definitely low priority. JSTB also, right? That's something that if you're into collecting, you can craft later. Tesla Band Top is, a good backup. But I don't think you'll necessarily need Tesla Band Top. It's more of just like it's available when you want it for collecting. Oh, you have a Cleopatra top. Now, if you really want to get into collecting niche gear, look at some of the old G1 stuff, right? Fushi M, Fushi B. Were we using Fushi T for the freeze damage? I know Cleo B for Paralyze is still really good. Yeah, that's perfectly fine, Supergrump. I'm sure eventually you'll end up with Dante B from off rates or something. Okay. One thing that we've learned from previous reviews is not to hoard your Taurus and willpowers for too long. Don't be afraid to crack open some of these boxes to speed up your farming for whatever. This is collection now. I would definitely be cautious about using this box for anything other than Taurus, because in the past, I would have said Taurus or metals, whichever you needed more. But because we are getting a materials merger in 6.2, I would probably save these option boxes for Taurus only. Well, this is a really nice stockpile going into next patch. I think with elves, we'll take a look once we get there, and then of course you have your dorm cards for the next patch. 20 plus 16. 20 plus 16, that'll put you at 36. Well, depending on what we get in 6.2 Battle Pass, you still might be able to down rank one and get the Dante B for collection. If 6.2 ends up being something that you don't need. 2 unused black cards. Yeah, this is a collection, okay? Yeah, that's actually a great point that Shubs brings up. If you want to keep at least one card, I think if the Golden XY Sword comes up, that might be something that you might want to pay attention to using your black card for. Or if you're true collecting, you might want to try to pick up the minigun. I don't know if those 2 items will ever reappear on a firepower supply. Hopefully they will, but I don't know. Nobody knows. The Book of Fushi Cannon is also another rare collectible item for weapon collection. We don't know if that one will ever make a return. Because remember, Book of Fushi used to be a canon, you know? Okay. Pick a round number, keep as savings. Yeah. In case anything pop, that's right. I think with willpowers and stuff, I generally try to float a stockpile around 500 just for when they release new farmable. I think with everything else, just don't oversave if there's still stuff that you still need to farm. But it looked like for the most part, your SP battlesuits were okay. And then when the patch rolls over, make sure you convert your time structures into time swirl passes to speed up your G4 farming. On Utu, off firepower, missing 2. I'm hesitant to recommend using both black cards. Like, you certainly can. You certainly can. And it's not a bad strategy to just finish your Divine Key with black cards. And yeah, you're short of leveling materials. Yeah, that's always going to be a thing. And this might actually be a great spot where you spend your asteroid on, you know? Don't forget too, if you're sitting on so many phase shifters and SC metals in this option boxes here, don't be afraid to crack some of these open. That's a lot of affix lock mats, but that's okay. Do pay attention to your building blocks for Dorm. I think we are supposed to be getting an update in 6.2 where the comfort will affect your asteroid passive generation. I think being short 2 Divine Keys isn't going to set you back that far, though, for competitive. I feel like you have all the pieces that you need, where if you wanted to try hard, you have plenty of room to do so to achieve your competitive goals. Okay, 3-star Elysia, 3-star Klein. I think right now all you really want would be like 3-star, 3-star Blade Durandal, and then wait and see what the next Fire Elf is gonna be. I'm very hesitant to recommend buying Siren or rolling for Siren right now because Siren doesn't come with reset, and everybody's suspecting that the next Fire Elf will have reset. I hope after the next elf, they just start making old stuff farmable, though. I feel like if they do make old stuff farmable, definitely farm a 2-star Fushi. And, possibly a Tesla Zero if they ever make her farmable. 477. That's not bad. Not bad at all. For 1 year of play, this is pretty healthy. There's not too much, and it's like not too low. Yeah. Good work. You got a lot of gear dupes. Do be trying to get at least one more May M. I think that would help round out your account with stuff. And then as far as like missing upgrade mats, just don't sit on your phase shifter option boxes for too long. I think maybe what you can do is like every abyss cycle, if there's a specific support gear, or every week on MA there's like a strat using a particular set of gear, you take that opportunity to level max out like one set of gear. Especially if it's stuff that you don't have leveled, right? Like, oh, this week for this strat, I need to use Gustav TM. Okay, well, I don't have Gustav TM. I'll add it to my checklist of stuff I'll farm from the Foundry. And then, or let's say there's another week on MA. It says, oh, you need to use JST TM Newt B for the 893 or whatever. 893 on this double S boss or whatever. And you're like, okay, well, I have one Newt that's already maxed, but my JSTTM isn't maxed. And then you could use that situation and say like, okay, well, at level 40, I'm able to do it. But try to avoid upgrading the older gear, and definitely try to upgrade. I would say like your second set of Turgenev top and bottom would be higher on the list of priorities than, say, JST top and mid. Right? Definitely prioritize the newer stuff that is being used. A Qua Elf might be, that might be too good. But yeah, this is a great account, Supergrump, not Grump, Supergrump. Great account. I think what I would do is, I would probably set aside like one or two versions where you go super try hard on scoreboard dreams first, or just continue on focusing on collection first until you decide, okay, the next patch I'm gonna go try hard on competitive, and then after you reach your goals on competitive, you scale back down. Yeah. Yeah. And what you can also do is like, you can try and snipe for the top 100 too. Like, wait till the aim, if you aim for 70 to 80th position, or like 69th position, as long as you keep playing and building, you'll eventually find yourself within reach of that top 100. I think nowadays there's plenty of resources available for those like high scoring runs. And you know, as you hang out here in the stream and the Discord, visit some of the other Discords that we've linked to, you know, Cafe Quanta and Lumina. In the competitive channels on those Discords, like, ask for help, record your runs, ask for help, and see what available references they have posted, see what kind of feedback that you're getting as far as like what you can improve. All right. Any further questions? I think you gotta head out for your Dungeons and Dragons session, right? Yeah, skill issue. I'm having a skill issue right now. Definitely it'll be hard to go back for building old weapons that are no longer used, because it feels like a waste of resources. But if you're prioritizing collection, you know, it's not gonna feel that bad because it's a goal that you've set for yourself. Yeah, at this point, I don't think it's necessarily that much more that to focus on farming, other than, oh, but you do need to modernize your arsenal, right? All the meta stuff, all the pry-arms that came out, you know, in 2022, probably having it maxed will help your account significantly. And then anything that was Domain of Oblivion, Domain of Sentience, having this maxed out will definitely also improve your success rate. So I guess this is probably the biggest thing holding you back, is not having the weapons finished. But that's a problem that you can overcome either with time or a little bit of, you know. But you have option boxes that you're sitting on, so don't be afraid to use those. Patience for money, yeah, yeah. Any last questions? Overall, really nice.